Hey guys, I'm Alan with Crème de la Clutch Exotics, and today we're going to be showing you a little bit about who we are, what we do, what we stand for, and 3 clutches that came out this year, our first 3 clutches of 2020. And I'm going to introduce you also to Tabitha and Ginger, who are the backbones and the helpers of everything we do here when it comes to hand bedding and the shows and everything like that. Alright guys, here we have Ginger and Tabitha, and they're gonna say a little bit about themselves and what brings them here to Crème de la Clutch and how they know me.
I'm Tabitha. I do a lot on Instagram for Crème de la Clutch as well as our Royal Hemp Bedding, which is the bomb, by the way. I've known Align for his whole adult life, and he's like my brother. We both have a passion for snakes, quality, beauty. He likes them feisty, I like them sweet. I have plenty of snakes of my own, raise rats, and that's pretty much it. It's just a passion and a love for animals.
Hi, I'm Ginger. I know Alan for our mutual interest in snakes. I'm basically here to learn more about breeding ball pythons, and I also breed rats as well, and I grow a lot of plants. You can follow me on Instagram at the blooming gypsy _ in between those 3 words.
So this right here is the female. So the female of the clutch, the dam of the clutch, which is a simple pastel pied. And she's actually going to go into shed pretty soon, but if you notice, she's got really bright yellows, nice high white pattern. Yeah, just be careful or she'll get you.
She's solid. Oh, I don't care about getting bit, it just comes.
So most adult girls are already pretty browned out at this point. And she's an animal that just makes beautiful snakes. Where's your daddy at, man?
Who's your daddy?
Who that is? That's just my baby daddy.
Oh.
Remember that song? Yeah, this is Mama y Papa. So here we have Hidden Gene Woma, Mystic, 100% het pied. And this animal actually was purchased as a Hidden Gene Woma 100% het pied, but actually ended up proving out to also have Mystic, which you'll be able to see in some of the babies.
And he has a perfect heart.
He's got a perfect little heart. So I wanted to do this pairing because I thought that it would be nice putting pastel, because the Hidden Gene Woma pieds resemble Mojave pieds quite a bit. So I was thinking that a pastel Hidden Gene Woma pied would probably be pretty nice, and we actually made quite a few really nice ones. Unfortunately, the pastel Hidden Gene Woma Mystic 100% het pied died in the egg. Actually died right when it came out of the egg. It ended up having seemed to be some sort of umbilical or issue with its internal issue, and had a green spot that turned black, and it passed away before its umbilical even healed. So unfortunately, we do have about 6 other babies here that are pied and Hidden Gene Woma Mystic het pieds, and I'll show those to you in a second. Yeah, this girl right here is just nothing more than a pastel pied, and has a nice distribution of pattern to white. I would consider her more of a high white than a mid white.
She's a high white, yeah.
But the cool thing is that that pieds, just depending on what gene you add to them, like if you add leopard, you'll get an even lower white pied. I'm sorry, an even higher white pied. If you add enchi, you'll get a lower white pied with more pattern. So different incomplete dominant genes actually do different things with pied colors and pied patterns, and the distribution of the white and the pattern areas too. Well, Tabitha, I'd like you to maybe show off some of these snakes to the nice people at YouTube, and just start off maybe with the most basic one and work your way up if you want.
Well, I'm gonna hold this one because he's grouchy.
All right.
All right. You just saw the mom and the dad, and this is one of the babies. You haven't sexed them yet, so we don't know if it's a boy or girl. This is just a regular pied, but very, very pretty. The coloring is really nice on this one. Look at that one. We'll do this next one. I believe this one, we thought maybe a Mystic pied, because the dad has the Mystic. It's a unique look here.
Yeah, this guy right here seems to also have pastel, so I believe that this may be a pastel Mystic pied, or maybe just a pastel pied. I really don't know. The only thing that would make him, if you notice right here.
See, this is what I'm talking about with the Mystic though, you see?
Yeah, he's got that neck pattern that's really crazy, and that white right on top of his neck, that's not like missing, that's white. And his tail in the egg was all gray. It looked exantic in the egg.
And the mystic is a gray coloring, so it can't be darkness.
So I no matter what, that's gonna be a holdback because I pretty much have to prove that out if it's a male or female either way. So we'll see. That's why I like the higher pattern pieds more, because if it had maybe a higher pattern, we'd be able to tell a little bit more. But maybe some of these guys that are in the project can see what we're looking at here and maybe give us their advice on what they think they are.
Hit me up on Instagram on Crème de la Clutch if you have any ideas of their. This one has a very reduced kind of pattern through here a little. This one's grouchy and he's hissing, or she, probably she, because you know girls can be grouchy like that. But very, very pretty nonetheless.
That is for sure at least a hidden gene Woma pied. I mean, it could be a mystic pied because I believe that they're gonna look the same pretty much. So
let's see if they'll be nice to each other. This one, I don't know about this one having the mystic. Here's two of the hidden gene Womas.
Yeah, you could pull all those three guys out together.
This one looks like hidden gene Woma mystic for sure, I'm thinking.
Yeah, this guy
almost
in the middle.
Like similar Mojave. This maybe too, it's kind of hard.
And if you notice, this animal has like the little gloss to him. For some reason, this animal just decided not to shed or have his first shed like his brothers and sisters. So if you notice, I mean, I've noticed that with smaller hatchlings, like if you have those, you know, hatchlings under 50 grams, they may not go through their first shed. I don't know why this guy decided not to, but as you can see, it's on there.
Has he eaten?
He actually did eat, believe it or not. He was actually the first one to eat from the group, and he still hasn't shed. So I mean, I have his tub with extra humid towels, so whenever he's ready. But I mean, it's rare, but it's not unheard of. If you look at this guy's colors, those browns on him are so nice. That's the het pied. Could you imagine that with yellow belly? Look amazing.
I love their eyes. All three of these have the nicest eyes too.
Yeah, this is just a project we're starting out now and seeing, you know, adding leopard. I have the same male that we showed you earlier going to a leopard pied, and we'll probably have some nice stuff coming from that clutch too. Looking forward to hatching those out. She should be laying sometime next month, so we'll see about that. Yeah, if you notice, this guy is my citrus bumblebee gravel. Look at that belly. And most bumblebees at this age are already all browned out. This guy doesn't have any brown. This guy's baby yellow. And then this is like a light grayish color, but this guy's beautiful. Green eyes.
He has the bull horns.
And he's got bull horns and he's got the whole bull face. He's got the eyes, the mouth, and the horns. So his name is El Toro. He's one of the few snakes that I've actually named. He was one of the first clutches I ever produced. Back in 2018, I produced him. And he's fathered a bunch of babies. Now he's for sale on Morph Market right now. There you go, Tabitha. In Indiana Jones. So he's for sale right now on Morph Market. And this is the kind of animal that can take you to the next level when it comes to your super gravel and highway projects. And just the quality is I made this guy by breeding a gravel to a fire bumblebee, citrus fire bumblebee. And that girl I no longer have, and that is to this day still the nicest bumblebee I've ever seen in my life. And then he's got a little bit of a wobble though. Yeah, he's got a little bit of a wobble. Yeah, but he eats really fine. Most spiders are gonna have a wobble, either very light or very serious wobble. His is around 50%. If you see, he doesn't do too much, too many crazy things. But obviously, but he's a gorgeous animal. He's a powerful breeder. And I'm gonna show you two of his babies this year. I bred him to 3 females this year. These are two babies from the yellow belly female I bred him to. I no longer have her. She's at a new collection right now, and she's gonna do big things for those guys. And I'll show you the two babies. Tabitha's gonna show you the 2 babies here, which one is a citrus bumblebee gravel or possible yellow belly, and the other one is, as you can see, a pastel highway.
Here's the one just like Daffy, citrus bumblebee, yellow belly, or gravel. And they were just trying to bite, so they will kick your butt, and it feels like less than a mosquito bite, so it's really no big deal. But look at his pretty head. He's a very pretty boy. Nice green eyes as well. Looks just like his daddy, only maybe prettier. Of course, he's a baby. And this beautiful boy here, is that a boy or girl?
That is, they're both boys. That is a boy, yes.
And this is a pastel highway. Isn't he citrus too?
He's a boy too, yeah. Citrus Pastel Highway, yes. They're both citrus. And what's cool is that this guy was not even, when he was born, all this yellow was more of a whitish color. So
he was very light.
Yeah, he was very light. So the Citrus Pastel, a lot of people go back and forth on whether or not Citrus Pastel, Lemon and Pastel, all these lines are different or not. I'll be honest with you. I, for one, don't really care what it's called. I just care about having the best example of whatever line you're using, because when you start with high quality examples, every season that progresses, you make higher quality animals. It's like with the Orange Dreams with Ozzy. When Ozzy, shout out to Ozzy, Ozzy Boyds, big shout out to Ozzy. When Ozzy started with the Orange Dreams, the first Orange Dream was just a very pretty, light colored, normal looking snake. As the years progressed and more were made, now, I believe it's called polymorphism, but I believe that right now there's a high intensity line that just that started out of nowhere that looks like a super orange dream, but it's a single gene orange dream female. A single gene orange dream animal. But after the years, it's like one of those things, if tall people, get together and make kids, and then they just always, you're gonna eventually get to a point where you might have 9 feet people. It's very possible over time. It's evolution and also line breeding. When it comes to animals, when you line breed quality animals, you get higher quality animals. When you line breed, for example, for this thick dorsal pattern here, you get animals that have thicker dorsals. There are pastel highways that barely have any kind of darkness, around the tracks. They're not as nice as this animal.
He's beautiful.
And when you work with the highest quality animals, and look at the belly on this guy. Look at that. This is not a possible, oh, maybe it has gravel or maybe it has, no, this is for sure has either gravel or yellow belly. Look at that, look at the speckling on that belly. So when I make an orange dream animal, you know that it has orange dream. When it has yellow belly or gravel, you can tell that it has it. When it's a pastel highway, a lot of people thought that was a pastel freeway or even a super pastel highway or super pastel freeway, just because of the quality and the beauty of it. All right, guys. Well, this is an animal that isn't very common. A lot of people don't have in their collection. This is a black pastel highway, which is made by adding black pastel to the allelic combo of gravel and yellow belly, which is the highway. To give you, I don't have any just regular highways here, but I'm sure you guys have seen plenty of highways already. If you notice, this guy has the most beautiful color palette on him. He's got a creamy bottom on the sides that just starts off very creamy and speckled. He's got a very, I don't know if you're picking up those greens there, but he's got a very nice little, like a very light green type of hue right here, and then he's got like a yellowish to creamy colored dorsal pattern that's kind of highlighted in a faint blue color. But it's just like, if you see him at first glance, you don't notice that, but once you look at him for like a few minutes, you're like, wow, look at all those colors that are just, and all those greens and all those colors came in over time, all that speckling, like all this granity look. This is all coming in, this paradoxing, that's coming in over time. This is a very cool project. I bred him to another pastel highway just to see what I was gonna get. I was actually trying to go for black pastel super gravels and for super black pastel highways. Unfortunately, I didn't hit any super black pastel highways, but I did hit a few really nice animals that we're gonna show you in a second.
All right, first baby here is a black pastel ivory. Very pretty, mostly white, but you see a lot of the coloring coming in her back already, look, or his, just like the daddy. Here we have a black pastel highway, which highways are amazing. That's what you were talking about earlier. See how beautiful?
Yeah, the animal you saw earlier was the father. That's what they look like out of the egg after the first shed. They just look like a dark highway with
a black pastel, so it's got this darkness through here that a regular highway wouldn't have. A nice contrast.
Then when you see when they age, they just don't stop changing colors.
Very pretty, yes.
Yeah, it's just beautiful. I love highways.
Which one is this one again? The super
that is
black
a super black pastel ivory. So that's 2 copies of black pastel and 2 copies of yellow belly, which was basically, I was trying to make a super black pastel super gravel. This is the other animal. It has also not shed. I believe it's because it had a little bit of yolk sac that wasn't completely absorbed. So this animal will probably end up having a meal before it goes through its first shed, but it's beautiful. I mean, it doesn't look as nice as it did out of the egg now because it's technically in shed, but this is a silver animal, really beautiful. And these last two are actually black pastel super gravels that we posted on Facebook a couple days ago, and they are just amazing looking.
Instagram as well.
Yeah, they're on Facebook and Instagram, a male and a female, and those guys are just
amazing and beautiful. But with that black pastel in there, it just does something to them. See all the color right there on the sides? Stands out so well. The tracks on the back there, just so beautiful.
The black pastel ends up taking away that eye stripe on the front. It diminishes it. If you notice on both of these guys, that eye stripe is a bit diminished. On the cheek, the eye stripe here has a little cheeky pattern, and it's cut off right there. Very similar to the black pastel highways. And if you just compare those guys to just a regular super gravel, you know, super gravels are never that dark. So I'm really happy about these guys. If you also notice, they have like this red undertone here. Like the bottom is like a coppery reddish color. I'm really interested to see. Yeah, look at that. It's like that pink, orangey, rusty. Yeah, it's like a coral color. And I'm really interested in seeing how those colors develop. If they get darker, if they get lighter. I mean, they're world's first. I don't believe anybody else has made any. Really happy with this clutch.
This is also one male, one female with these two super gravels.
And if you notice, like the color, it just fades from light to dark and just has like that. I don't know. It looks like almost like a It's like that color gradient is just so nice. Well, guys, I hope you really enjoyed the video and you saw a few of our first clutches for the year. Got to know us a little better, and we're going to be putting out content every single week. New clutches. We're going to be talking about the Royal Hemp bedding. As you notice, we're wearing shirts that aren't Crème de la Clutch, but we did start a hemp bedding business almost a year ago. That's been going really well. We have a Facebook page and Instagram page for that. We're also going to be doing YouTube videos and just doing videos specifically designed just for the hemp bedding business itself, and going over. It's not just for reptiles; it's for all kinds of animals. But we'll talk about that at a later date. Talk about our rat breeding operations. Speak about ball pythons as far as investments, because I'm actually also Series 6 mutual fund licensed. I have been since I was 21 years old, so for about 14 years now. I've always looked at ball pythons and any kind of business that I get into with a different mindset than most people do, and I feel like I can give you guys a lot of information when it comes to investing big money in snakes, when it comes to really just investing in anything in general. So I look forward to creating some content for the people that really want to look forward to investing big money, anything from $50,000 to $100,000 in this business, and do it for the right reasons, but understand that if you invest this kind of money, you can make a return and love what you do, which honestly, I don't find anything better than that. So stay tuned, guys. Like, share, subscribe. Follow Ginger on her Instagram page, The Blooming Gypsy. Tabitha's page is gonna come up soon too for her rodents and her other businesses as well. So thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate it.